Now at 7 o'clock, President Trump approves federal funds for 3 Oregon counties recovering from floods this spring, but hard-hit Harney County left out of the funding mix. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz will explain why coming up in our top local story.
Plus, Governor Kotek signing a new bill to address Oregon's homeless crisis.
Hey, China Green, you want something fun to do this weekend?
Yeah.
Might I suggest the 55th annual Great Oregon Steam Up? It's happening this weekend in Brooks. This is a look, by the way, at a twin-power Caterpillar tractor, one of only 3 originally built, the only one left in existence. The Great Oregon Steam Up is a great look back at the way things used to run and operate. More previews on this event coming up here in the 7 o'clock hour of Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock on your Friday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. Chris McGinnis and Rod Hill also on board. Gentlemen, can you feel it? Can you feel the weekend arriving before our very eyes?
I feel it. By the way, I want that steam, what'd you call that thing? That big,
I have my
like
notes
a big
right
bulldozer.
here.
Dual powered.
Yeah, the twin power Caterpillar tractor, the only one left in existence.
Could you imagine how impressed the neighbors would be if on a snow day you pulled that baby out and did one pass on your driveway? And it was all clean, man. That'd be cool. All right, here's our Salem sky camera for you. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're waking up to clear skies in more areas than not. We do have clouds from downtown Portland off to the east this morning. But there's our capital. You can see the clear skies over Marion County. So good morning to you. Beautiful start to your day, 57 degrees. Here are the clouds that are just creeping into downtown. They get solid over on the east side out toward Gresham. Portland's at 59. It's clear out in Beaverton. And all these clouds will be going away maybe as early as the 10 o'clock hour this morning. So by noon, I think we're all sunny in the valley. 71 degrees right now, 59. High temp today stops at about 80 for a comfortable Friday. Here's Chris.
Very comfortable. Let's get back to Northeast Portland, and literally in the last 2 minutes or so, Northeast Prescott here at 55th Avenue has just reopened after a pretty nasty looking early morning crash. We've got some video from that. Crash happened around 4:30 this morning. What looked like a garbage truck hitting an SUV head on. We understand the driver of the SUV had to be cut out and eventually taken to the hospital. We don't have any understanding of the severity of injuries at this point, but as we get back here live, that's a really gnarly scene. The road has reopened, so we're good to go there. Northeast Prescott, again in the Cully neighborhood, just reopening here within the last 2 or 3 minutes, and you're good to go through that part of town. All right, let's get back to the freeways. Highway 26 getting a little bit busy near the Vista Ridge Tunnel, but not bad. Right now, guys, your drive times are still pretty close to a speed limit clip on this Friday morning.
All right, thank you, Chris. Top story here at 7 o'clock. Federal funds are on the way to help 3 southern Oregon counties recover from devastating floods. We know Harney County was also hit hard by floods this spring, but that county is not getting any of this federal money.
So Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in the newsroom. Thomas, why is Harney County getting left out here?
Well, guys, officials in Harney County believe the extent of the damage they're facing is being undercalculated. Because it's such a remote area with a small population, instead, FEMA funding was approved for Coos, Curry, and Douglas counties, all to recover from historic flooding, landslides, and mudslides. In a statement, Governor Tina Kotek said federal resources are essential to help communities impacted by disaster to recover and prevent future devastation. FEMA stepping up to support our recovery efforts is much appreciated. Though officials in Burns, which is the largest city in Harney County, told me months ago they can't recover without the help of FEMA. Burns and Harney County received some state funding, but local officials say it's just not enough. This spring, E. coli was detected in floodwaters after flooding destroyed Burns' drainage system. In May, Burns city officials told me many of their neighbors just packed up and left for good.
It just doesn't look hopeful at all.
I've lately found myself feeling really angry about what's happening.
Many in Harney County say they're concerned this flooding may not be a one-off. Last summer, wildfires decimated vegetation, burning trees and shrubs that are supposed to help stop melting snowpack from turning into a disaster. Without federal assistance, Harney County officials are pessimistic people will ever return to the area. Drew?
Thomas, I know you did a great follow-up report with Harney County earlier this year. Terrific update for us as well this morning. Let's talk about the city of Portland now. It has plans to open up a new overnight homeless shelter downtown at the former site of St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. It'll be a low barrier shelter. It's set to open up here in 10 days. Operation Night Watch a nonprofit that's been operating homeless services in the area for years, bought the church back in January. A spokesperson for the city's shelter planning branch told KGW this new space will serve both men and women with room for 100 beds. We spoke to a woman who didn't want to be identified, but she told us overnight shelters helped her get back on her feet.
Everybody needs to sleep. And I know that these streets are deadly, in a lot of different ways.
The city says it's inviting people who live in this area of downtown to come out and tour the shelter next Wednesday evening.
Meantime, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has signed into law a statewide plan that includes more than $200 million meant to address homelessness over the next couple of years. The state's Office of Housing and Community Services will distribute and track the funds, outcomes, and set rules around how the money can be spent. The governor stressed that state and local jurisdictions need to stop relying on one-time funding sources and commit to permanently funding housing services.
This emergency that's facing our state will be with us for a while. So we need to know the direction we're headed, how we make it sustainable, and we need to evaluate if what we're doing is working.
Governor Kotek says the state is on track to pay for over 4,800 shelter beds and to get more than 300,000 people off the streets.
While that's happening here, President Trump signed an executive order in D.C. making it easier for cities to remove homeless people from the street and involuntarily commit them to hospitals and treatment centers. The order also fast-tracks funding to communities that crack down on drug use, camping, and loitering. Last year, the Supreme Court ruled that cities can impose fines and jail time for unhoused people sleeping outside. But homeless advocates are criticizing this order, saying it deprives people of their basic human rights.
Level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation orders remain in place on the Washington side of the gorge for the towns of Klickitat and Waukikus because of the Schneider Canyon fire, which was previously called the Brewer Road fire. The fire is now 13% contained and is holding an estimated 50 acres.
Only about 10 miles away, the much larger Burdoin fire is also still burning this morning. This fire is also at 13% containment, but it's burned more than 11,000 acres at this point. Yesterday, crews were able to close the final gaps in the fire lines, but they say it's going to take some time to fully contain this fire. So evacuation orders remain in place for communities in and around Klickitat and Waukikus.
Let's head over to Rod Hill, who is tracking that on his end as well.
Yeah, the winds have been consistent all week, really, and they'll be consistent this weekend in that they're coming from the west, trying to push any new fire starts off to the east, but crews have really been containing that the last several days, and they've been making increasing progress. So the news of the battle is good. Now, this is our live camera all the way in the Dalles, from the Oregon Veterans Home camera, looking back, and you don't really see much of any fires. A little haze if you just kind of squint back in there in terms of smoke. Winds northwest today, they'll be gusting as high as about 30, 35, and that's what they've been doing. It's 69 right now in the Dalles. Fire zone temperatures in Klickitat County will be in the 80s. So no reason to think that the fire news is not going to continue to be good at this point in terms of the containment getting more and more shored up around those fires burning in Klickitat County. Here is the coast this morning. It's Friday, and we've got cloudy skies to start. Yesterday, the beaches cleared out. We'll see what happens today. At least partial clearing expected. 55 is the number. Here are clouds over downtown Portland as we look from the Pioneer Park building over Pioneer Courthouse and Pioneer Place right there. These clouds could be clearing as early as the 10 o'clock hour this morning. When you go over the West Hills out in Washington County, it's actually cleared this morning, and it's cleared down into Salem as well. So clear in 52 in Forest Grove, Wilsonville 57. Salem is sunny out the door this morning, and 57 is your current temperature. Futurecast shows the clouds at 8 o'clock this morning, and then everything but maybe some stubborn clouds up around Astoria go away during the day. Forecast numbers, generally speaking, everybody's a little bit cooler than the last couple of days. It only shows 79 to 81 from Portland to Salem. Still could hit 90 in Portland, but most of central and eastern Oregon expected to hold in the 80s. There's that storm chance out in parts of Malheur and Harney County later today. 80 in Portland. Tomorrow morning clouds expected to be solid up and down the valley. Then afternoon sun. Only 70s, really comfortable. And then 80 on Sunday. It looks like we could have a 90-degree spike Tuesday of next week. Here's Chris.
Rod, that looks great. All right, let's get you out the door. I got a TriMet alert right now. Just hearing from TriMet because of an earlier situation where a car was blocking the tracks in downtown that the max red line to the airport is delayed up to 10 minutes through about, I should change that to 7:45. So just be aware of that. Might want to grab the earlier train if you're able. Back to the freeway drive. We're in pretty good shape out there. I've got a speed limit clip on all freeways heading into downtown. So the freeway drive looks great. A pair of traffic alerts to pass along, though. Be aware of this. If the Broadway Bridge is part of your normal routine over the weekends, it will be closed 6 a.m. Saturday to 8 p.m. and again on Sunday for maintenance and annual inspection. Closed to all vehicles and the Portland streetcar. It will remain open for bikes and pedestrians. And also on the west side, 217, this is a full closure for 8 hours overnight Saturday from Greenberg Road to 99W as ODOT continues work near the Hall Boulevard overpass, which, by the way, is still slated per ODOT to reopen at the end of next month or sometime during the month of August. That'll be big news when that happens. But for now, Drew and China, again, 217, 8-hour closure overnight on Saturday.
All right, we'll have more from Chris and Rod in just a few minutes. But first, a look back at the legendary career and life of wrestling superstar Hulk Hogan, who died yesterday at the age of 71. The Sunrise Show, streaming live here at 7 o'clock, continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died just a few weeks shy of his 72nd birthday.
He helped take world wrestling entertainment to extremely popular heights in the 1980s, and 40 years later, he remains one of the most well-known wrestlers in the world. Joe Fryer has more on his life and his legacy.
Hulk Hogan is here! Hulk Hogan's here! What Hulk Hogan created stretched far beyond a 20 by 20 foot wrestling ring.
What you gonna do? Hulkamania will live forever. And what you gonna do, brothers?
A mania still alive today, even after word of his death. Police say they were called to his home in Clearwater, Florida just before 10 a.m.
Bravo, Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, cardiac arrest.
Hogan, whose real name was Terry Bollea, died at the hospital.
There are no signs of foul play or suspicious activity related to this call for service at this time.
Bursting on the scene in the 1980s, Hogan transformed pro wrestling, using his mammoth biceps, what he called his 24-inch pythons, to shred t-shirts and the competition, beating the Iron Sheik for his first world title and body slamming the 500-pound Andre the Giant. Hogan was unabashedly all-American, often speaking directly to kids.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
His appeal made him a cultural phenomenon.
I'm looking at the size of your arms. I don't believe this. I wish I had anything that big.
He starred in movies.
Thunder Lips is here.
Including Rocky III.
I'm out of shape.
And Mr. Nanny. Later broke into reality TV, the VH1 series Hogan Knows Best.
Every day, it's drama. It's just ridiculous.
There were controversies. Hogan admitted to using steroids, and in 2015, audio surfaced of him using racist slurs. He apologized but was fired from WWE, returning a few years later. He also made headlines for a sex tape published by the media company Gawker. Hogan sued, winning millions and forcing Gawker into bankruptcy.
The jury agreed with me that privacy is something that we all deserve.
Hogan also stepped into the political ring, speaking at last year's Republican National Convention.
Let Trumpomania run wild, brother!
President Trump is reacting to his death, writing, Hulk Hogan was MAGA all the way, strong, tough, smart, but with the biggest heart. From Sylvester Stallone, my heart breaks. While wrestling legend Ric Flair says, Hulkster, no one will ever compare to you.
Hulk Hogan again dying just a few weeks before his 72nd birthday. Obviously, a lot of kids looked up to Hogan in the 1980s, and he had his flaws, obviously, his human flaws, like most human heroes will have. But I remember my mom saying, I like this guy because he's telling you to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Now, what we didn't realize, Mom, at the time, that he was taking some special vitamins that I never took. But, man, he was something else in the 1980s. I've got Rocky trivia for you, China Green, which I know you have no idea about.
Okay, here we go.
But Rod can answer the question if you need his help.
Okay.
What was the name of Hulk Hogan's character in the great Rocky III movie?
You told me this the other day, and I still
You
don't
forget
remember.
it now?
Well, it was a pretty short. It was right at the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah,
it was like a little
memorable
promotional
role, though.
fight.
I'll tell you. Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
Hulk Hogan played Thunder Lips
Thunder
in Rocky
Lips.
III. Okay.
That's a name.
Okay. More Rocky trivia, or should we do weather?
Let's do weather.
Okay.
Here's a look at the satellite picture. We have ourselves a really nice weekend, kind of dreamy stuff for much of the country that would love to have our cooling temps. I don't think any of the weekend will be above 80, and tomorrow I really like us holding in the 70s. No travel-related issues. Satellite picture is clean, and the radar, no moisture anywhere. There's, again, the chance of some showers and thunderstorms, mostly near the California border or up into parts of Mount Here and Harney County a little bit later today, and that's it. We do have clouds at the coast. Yesterday, those clouds cleared. We'll look for partial clearing again today. And then here in the valley, it really depends on where you are. As you drop southward, you find sun. If you go out into Washington, Yamhill counties, you find sun. Here's the Chehalem Tasting Room in Sherwood, looking off to the east, and clearly a beautiful morning. We got some work out in the vineyard going on, it looks like. Temperatures have been really pleasant out the door. 54 is the number. Here's the sun on the west side, the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Aloha, where it's now rising up to 59 as we're approaching 7:30 this morning. It is cloudy or mostly cloudy from downtown, and then cloud cover out toward Gresham, but those clouds should be clearing in the 10 o'clock hour this morning. 55 up in Seattle. That's a pleasant drive out through the gorge. It's sunny, 69 in the Dalles. West winds gusting anywhere from 15 to about 30 during the day today, which is kind of where they've been out in the gorge the last several days. 58 degrees in Baker City. Not really getting reports of any smoke along 84 at all, if you are wondering about those fires burning in Klickitat County. Here's Futurecast. Shows 9 o'clock this morning, clouds along the coast, some broken areas in the valley. Everything clears out. This holds on clouds around Astoria. We'll see. Yesterday we did have clearing that was reported. And there's that chance of some showers and thunderstorms down here near the California border in the bottom of your screen. Now tomorrow it still looks like, look at the clouds, much stronger surge of marine air. That'll bring morning cloud cover in. That'll be solid. We think we'll have afternoon sun, but this push of cooler air will continue to lower our temperatures in terms of highs. So here are the forecast numbers for today. And today's nice. I mean, Salem, 83. It was 87 yesterday for you. 83 today. You'll definitely notice the drop in temperature. Southwest Washington holding in the 70s up in Longview, where we have some morning clouds, but those will be going away. Battleground 78, Vancouver up to about 80. Generally light northwest winds. I've got Portland 80 today. Tomorrow the clouds much of the morning, 76. And then sun at 80 on Sunday. 90 degrees on Tuesday of next week. Maybe Wednesday. A couple of the models like us actually getting some measurable rainfall Wednesday night and Thursday of next week. We'll keep you updated on that. Here's Mr. McGinnis.
Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with a TriMet alert for those of you heading to the airport. Just know there are delays up to 10 minutes through 7:45. TriMet reporting that there was a car blocking the tracks near the library on Southwest 9th Avenue. So maybe hop on the earlier train or plan to do so if you can. All right, let's get back to the drive. We'll pick it up on the west side, Highway 26 inbound. Zipping right along near the Vista Ridge Tunnel. No problems on that side of town. Door number 2 takes us up to Vancouver. I-5 southbound traffic also in pretty good shape at the Interstate Bridge. We're still pretty close to a speed limit clip this morning. And in fact, your drive in from Troutdale averaging 15 minutes from Troutdale west to the I-5 split. Drew?
All right, Chris, how about this story? Hundreds of thousands of mini fridges recalled after causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages. So what the heck was wrong with them? We'll explain after this quick break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Breaking news, the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque is under a shelter in place after one person was killed and another hurt in a shooting. We're hearing it happen at a student housing complex. Police say the suspect is still at large and may still be on the UNM campus. We'll continue to track the story and bring you updates live as they come in.
Let's get to some national headlines here with your Morning Rush. The FCC has approved Skydance Media's $8 billion takeover of Paramount Global. The deal is expected to close within a few weeks. The sale comes on the heels of a $16 million settlement between President Trump and CBS News, which is owned by Paramount, over a 60 Minutes interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris. Over 600,000 Frigidaire mini fridges are being recalled because of a fire risk. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says parts inside these fridges can short circuit and go up in flames. 26 incidents have been reported with damages totaling more than $700,000. These fridges, by the way, were sold between 2020 and 2023 at Walmart and Amazon. Consumers should stop using them and can immediately get a refund. President Trump signed a new executive order impacting college sports. It bans pay-for-play deals from third parties, but still allows athletes to sign endorsement deals. The order also says any revenue sharing with athletes should also protect women's sports and non-revenue sports. And that's a look at your Morning Rush.
I'm Christine Pitawanich. We are in peak summer mode, which means there are tons of festivals, fairs, and events happening in our area this weekend. Here are a handful if you need some ideas. The Washington County Fair is now in full swing. It runs through this Sunday at the fairgrounds off Cornell Road in Hillsboro. You can check out the rides, the fried food, along with concerts and animal performances. Visit bigfairfun.com for the schedule and ticketing information. Or how about a trip to the coast for a sandcastle competition? Saturday from 10 a.m. until noon, South Beach State Park in Newport will be hosting its annual competition. You can sign up to compete or just check out the creations. Last year, more than 60 people took part. You can also check out the Portlandia Mermaid Parade and Festival. This parade happens Saturday at noon at Waterfront Park, and anyone can participate. Other events include a mermaid convention. It's happening throughout the city Friday through Sunday. You can learn more at portlandiamermaidparade.com. Or if you love to bike in your birthday suit, you can take part in the World Naked Bike Ride. It happens Saturday with a gathering at Grant Park in Northeast Portland at 6:30. Then the ride starts at 8:30. The original Naked Bike Ride, as you may recall, was canceled last year due to a lack of volunteer support, but an offshoot group created this new ride. For more weekend inspiration, you can check out the 8 Things to Do article. It's up each week at KGW.com.
Hey, let's go back out and check out another weekend event that's happening not just this weekend, but also next weekend. This is pretty wild. This is the Great Oregon Steam Up out in Brooks, and this is a look at a 1927 double-decker trolley from England. Oh yeah, we've got cameras on the outside and the inside. We are all over this event today. Definitely one to check out if you've got some kids. It's really a family-friendly event that they've been doing for 55 years at the Powerland Heritage Park in Brooks, Oregon. Just a hop, skip, and a jump off I-5. So it's happening tomorrow and Sunday, starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. It goes until 6 o'clock at night. There's more information available at antiquepowerland.com.
My kids wear them out there. My son works in construction, so he buys Prison Blues.
Really one of our best stories of the morning coming up in our next half hour. We're talking about jeans made behind bars. We'll look at the Prison Blues brand and the hands that make these jeans. Again, that's coming up in our 7:30 half hour of Sunrise, streaming live right here on KGW+.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are coming up on 7:29 on your Friday morning commute. We'll start off a little TriMet alert here for at least a few more minutes. TriMet reporting some delays on the Red Line because of some earlier trouble downtown. They had a car blocking the tracks near 745. So delays getting to the airport possibly for the next couple of minutes. I-205, Oregon City to West Lynn. Remember how bad that was yesterday? We took a lot of complaints about it. The drive actually right there in pretty good shape this morning. Here's Highway 26, the inbound Sunset's operating at a speed limit clip, as is the drive out of Clark County. Rod, I don't even know why I'm here this morning. Back to you.
Is that 800 call, Chris? Chris, I'm in traffic. It's horrible. I'm complaining. All right. Here's our Salem sky camera. We have clear skies. It's also clear out on the west side here in the Portland metro area and North Valley. But from downtown Portland off to the east, we have marine clouds this morning. You can see downtown Portland, 59 degrees is the temperature. If you're waking up to cloudiness here in the valley, it'll probably start to clear out in the 10 o'clock hour. Later today, all sunshine, 71 at noon. A very comfortable day. We get up to about 80. Your entire weekend will be comfortable. How about only 76 tomorrow and 80 on Sunday?
Take a look at this as we kick off the 7:30 half-hour sunrise. Lego is making a replica of the original Nintendo Game Boy.
Really?
The handheld video game system, you may remember, came out in 1989. So, of course, you can't play this version of Game Boy because it's made with Legos. But this Lego set does come with 2 fake game cartridges, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Super Mario Land. The Lego Game Boy will go on sale October 1st. The brick building price, $59.99. And oh yes, if you weren't aware, you probably are now because your kids are old enough, Legos are expensive.
They are. Very.
Legos are super expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
It's just plastic.
Big brand name though.
Maybe that's why we did Lincoln Logs when I was a kid. It was a cheaper option. Maybe that's why.
One other thing, speaking of gaming, I wasn't much into gaming as a kid. We didn't even have the Atari or the Nintendo like a lot of kids. I had Intellivision.
Intellivision.
Did you have that too?
I did. B-52 bomber. That was on target.
Honestly, I knew no one else had it. We should have lived closer because no one else, no friend had it. It was not a good system.
It was
Intellivision.
not very good.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
We had checkers. China, are you familiar with checkers?
I know checkers.
By golly, that's what we had. Yes. Here's a look at our sky camera this morning as we get you out the door on a Friday. Salem Tasting Room in Sherwood. This has been gorgeous all morning. You got the sun out over the vineyard. We're looking off to the north-northeast, and you can see some clouds there. Again, it's one of those mornings with a weak marine push that's come up the river, cloudy up in parts of southwest Washington, cloudy out toward Gresham. But you get south in the valley, and then you jump over the West Hills out into Beaverton, and it's sunny. Here's that Rose City camera this morning showing the clouds that have been increasing, 59. I think whatever clouds we have will be getting out of here in the 10 o'clock hour this morning. So we'll call it a mix of clouds and sun, depending on where you are currently. 59 degrees, really nice out. 71 at noon, really nice. High temperatures today, probably not above 80, so that's a comfortable Friday. Your complete weekend forecast, of course, is coming up. Here's Chris.
That's pretty awesome. All right, let's get you out the door. We'll take you down to Oregon City. The drive yesterday, terrible because of a pair of wrecks on 205 southbound. I'm happy to show you that it is zipping right along over the Abernathy Bridge. No problems there. Door number 2 takes us over to the west side. This is Highway 26 near the Sylvan Hill. That too in pretty good shape. And one last check here over on the east side, the Banfield. That's Providence Medical Center over on the left-hand side of your screen. Again, we are at a speed limit clip on all freeways here, so no freeway trouble heading out there just yet. Happy to report that. Do want to let you know about this. We've got weekend closures to talk about. The Broadway Bridge, that'll be closed all day, Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. both days for maintenance and inspection. Closed to all vehicles, including the Portland streetcar. It will be open for bikes and pedestrians. And 217, this is a full closure for 8 hours tomorrow night from basically midnight to 8 a.m. Sunday between Greenberg Road and 99W. China?
Thank you, Chris. Police in Vancouver say the man who broke into multiple homes Wednesday night, killing one woman, did not know his victims. This was in a neighborhood not far from Evergreen High School. Police say a homeowner ran into a neighbor's house after he said a stranger with a shotgun broke into his home and attacked him. He was injured but will be okay. Officers went searching for the suspect and found a 77-year-old woman shot dead in her home and another man injured in a different home.
I could hardly believe it. I mean, this neighborhood's pretty quiet and fairly calm and reasonably secure. It was a big surprise.
Police say the suspect was later found dead inside his own home by suicide. And if you or someone you know is struggling, remember that help is always available. Just call or text that number on your screen, 988. It can connect you with help and resources 24/7.
Crime Stoppers of Oregon is offering a $2,500 reward for tips that lead to an arrest in the shooting death of 21-year-old Jalen Hudson. Police say Hudson was killed last Sunday in North Portland near McCoy Park. Officers found Hudson shot in a car. They tried to save him, but he died at the scene. Anyone with information can contact Portland Police or submit tips on the Crime Stoppers website. Also this morning, under growing pressure from the Trump administration, Kaiser Permanente says it will no longer provide gender-affirming surgeries for minors.
Alma McCarty brings us reactions to the decisions.
Essentially, we're taking healthcare away from folks, and that's very antithetical to what community is about.
Reaction from leadership at Portland's Q Center, the oldest operating LGBTQ plus space in the city.
This is just, once again, like taking away an avenue for a person to be able to live a life that's authentic in their own.
Elijah Alexander and Joelle Kim deeply discouraged by Kaiser Permanente's recent call to end a portion of its gender-affirming care. In a statement, the hospital system writing, in part, "We've made the difficult decision to pause surgical treatment for patients under the age of 19. This pause is effective August 29th. All other gender-affirming care treatment remains available."
I think that it's really frustrating to see folks in these positions of power making decisions about other people's bodies.
The pressure coming from the top, with the Trump administration instructing federal agencies to restrict care. Just this month, the DOJ announced it subpoenaed more than 20 doctors and clinics, with Attorney General Pam Bondi stating medical professionals and organizations that mutilated children in the service of a warped ideology will be held accountable by this Department of Justice.
I can't imagine that this is the end. I think, especially if we continue to have these stricter and stricter restrictions placed upon, like, once again, this life-saving care, that the community will just continue to suffer because of it.
But Oregon Senate Republican leader Daniel Bonham supports the change, saying, quote, "No child should be put on a path they can't reverse before they've had a chance to fully develop. These decisions should be guided by science, not politics."
Again, that was Alma McCarty reporting for us this morning. Next month is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So the American Cancer Society says 1 in 8 men in the U.S. will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, adding it is the second leading cause of cancer-related death for men. There's a new treatment option available, though, for prostate cancer here in Portland these days. OHSU officials say earlier this year, a surgeon began using a non-invasive robotic device that utilizes a high-frequency focused ultrasound to destroy the cancer. Doctors say traditional treatments like radiation and surgery can come with urine control issues or erectile dysfunction. This new treatment, though, has fewer side effects.
There are no cuts, there are no incisions to heal from, so patient feels that they did not have any major surgery, but they are able to resume their life pretty quickly.
That doctor also told us that most people whose prostate cancer is localized to the prostate gland can get this new procedure. Also, as a reminder, if you want to check out more of our Healthier Together stories, you can go online to kgw.com/healthiertogether. Weekend story for you. We're talking about the 55th annual Great Oregon Steam Up this morning. It's happening out at the Powerland Heritage Park in Brooks, Oregon. Really close to the Brooks exit, right off I-5, if you're wondering where the heck this is exactly. And this is a look at a 1924 Model T Ford, an original truck that Fred Meyer used to use to deliver its groceries. So a real big step back in time here, more than 100 years back in time, gang, to that great Model T Ford from 1924. The whole event is just that, a step back in time to see how things used to operate and how they used to run. If you want more information on the Great Oregon Steam Up, you can go to antiquepowerland.com.
That's historic, right? Fred Meyer used to use that particular truck.
I've got your milk and eggs, Mr. Hill.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought you were going to cook them for me, but drop them off at the front door. I'll cook them myself. All right, here's a look at your morning. It's going to be a nice, comfortable weekend. We are getting what we call a weak push of low clouds because the cloud deck isn't spilling over the West Hills. So if you're watching us from Hillsboro this morning, I know it's clear. Mwah, you'll stay that way. It's clear down in Salem. You'll stay that way. Portland and Gresham, good morning. We'll clear out of the clouds, it looks like, somewhere in that 10 o'clock hour this morning. We're just now up to 59. We had temperatures in the low 50s this morning across a good chunk of the valley. It's been a really comfortable start. It's now up to 56 in Hillsboro with the sun shining, 57 degrees down in Wilsonville. Salem reporting also 57 and sunny skies at this hour. hour, Estacada 53. Good morning to you. Here's Futurecast, and it's pretty much spot on what we're seeing. The cloudiness along the coast, the clouds spilling down into parts of Portland, mainly from downtown off to the east. These clouds inland, as I mentioned, will be going away in just the next 2 or 3 hours. Cloudiness at the coast. Will Astoria stay cloudy today? Yesterday, all of the coast had clearing, or at least partial clearing, so we'll see how that plays out. Your temperatures today at the beach will be in the 60s, and winds are expected to be on the light side once again, so overall pretty nice. Here's Arya, our KGW dog of the day. I'm saying happy birthday. I'm in birthday mode. Could be a birthday, I don't know. When's your birthday? Dog of the day at kgw.com is email address, and we'll celebrate with you. Moving on. All right, our map today is more comfortable. Most places have cooled down a little bit. Now, still could be 90 in Pendleton. Madras could still be near 90. This shows Sun River at 83, beautiful sunny day. And then again, down near the California border and mainly southern Meow here in Harney counties out in the southeast, we have a thunderstorm threat later today. Didn't turn out to be much yesterday. Don't expect it to turn out to be much today either. Portland 80, sun's a-coming. Tomorrow, cloudiness all morning up and down the valley and then clearings. Only 76, super comfortable. 80 on Sunday, back to more sun. We still show a 90 on Tuesday, and we have a shower chance. It's a ways out, but we'll see if it holds together Wednesday night into Thursday of next week. Here's Chris with your Friday morning traffic.
Hey, Rod, thanks for that. Let's get you out the door. We'll take you down to the south in the Bridgeport area. I-5 northbound running a little thick right now between 205 and Nyberg, puttering along, well, not 26 miles an hour. That's not bad, but it is a little one of our slow spots this morning. Door number 2 takes us up to Clark County. There's your I-5 drive still zipping right along at the Interstate Bridge. A quick check of those drive times. We've got a little bit of brake tapping on the inbound Sunset near the Vista Ridge Tunnel, but outside of that, we're off to a good start. A reminder this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, the Broadway Bridge will be closed basically all day from 6 a.m. until 8 for maintenance and bridge inspections. That means no vehicles and no streetcar. It will remain open for bikes and pedestrians. And overnight tomorrow night, 217 will be closed both directions, a full closure for 8 hours from midnight until 8 a.m. Sunday. That's between Greenberg Road and 99W. ODOT's doing they're removing some temporary stuff near the Hall Boulevard overpass. And the Hall Boulevard overpass, this is big news here, is still on schedule, ODOT says, to open sometime during the month of August. That'll be big news when that finally happens, and we'll keep you posted. China.
Thank you, Chris. Coming up in 2 minutes, we're taking a look at the men behind bars trading in their life of crime for a life of crafts. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues right after this.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
For more than 30 years, a popular clothing brand has been stitched and sewed inside the Oregon prison system. The program is so popular behind bars that there's a waiting list to join.
KGW's Devin Haskins traveled to Eastern Oregon to learn about the expansion of prison blues and the hands that make it.
Inside these walls, there's a constant hum. It's the sound of seconds passing, one stitch at a time. The men here have one goal.
Push out a decent pair of jeans and make sure they're nice.
Those jeans are called Prison Blues, a line of denim workwear made on the inside by adults in custody since 1992.
I heard that it's a good job. You can support yourself. You ain't got to be, and you're busy all day.
Donald Pitchforth joined the Prison Blues program about 2 years ago.
I learned a long time ago that if I stay busy doing something constructive, that the non-constructive will take a second lead, you know?
He knows his job.
The buttons, belt loops.
He also knows who wears them.
My kids wear them out there. My son works in construction, so he buys Prison Blues.
Every single pair of jeans is carefully inspected. And after sewing 305 Prison Blues patches this day, a mistake on each one did not pass quality control.
Yeah, they send every pair back, so I got to take them all off.
Pitchforth was new to the sewing world when he started.
Now I know why my mom never sewed.
Many here are.
Definitely not. Never in my life I ever thought I would even.
What they also have in common is time to learn.
I have about like seven years or so left.
I still got another, let's say 12.
I have life without parole.
They each applied to join for their own reasons. For Israel Correa, it was a chance at redemption.
Kind of entered the prison with the mentality of, all right, I'm going to try to do better for myself.
That is the hope, to not just serve a sentence, but sew with a purpose.
So we want to help them actually gain experience, gain soft skills, and then they also get to, we help them with reentry prior to their release.
Melanie Doolin is the CEO of Oregon Corrections Enterprises. OCE oversees 13 different businesses at 10 institutions. Prison Blues being one of them.
So we have wood metal manufacturing, we have a sign shop, we have specialty lines.
These jobs are a sought-after position with a waiting list. Doolin says the impact is clear. If someone sticks with an OCE program for at least 6 months, their chances of reoffending drop by half. And right now, their overall recidivism rate is just 5.5%.
So that means they're going out into society and they're being contributing members to society instead of going out and being a burden on not only taxpayers but also committing more crimes and coming back and filling our prisons.
Have I ever talked to a sewing machine? No.
John Gutierrez Alvarez had to wait about a year to get his interview.
It just talks to me, lets me know when it's angry. I started off as cuffs, making cuffs, putting them on coats, and now I'm about to take over as lead trainer.
Under the Prison Blues line, they not only have jeans, they have coats and shirts, and most recently, guitars.
40 minutes away at Two Rivers Correctional Institution.
This is something positive that I like to spend my time doing.
Sean Harris puts the finer touches on this electric guitar.
This is critical fine work for setting the string height over the fretboard.
And each guitar is made from recycled material, meaning no two are alike.
The craftsmanship is something that I really enjoy because I'm very detail oriented. So,
within the last 6 months, OCE started making the electric guitars at Two Rivers in Umatilla.
This is actually pretty stable. Is that too loud? Do a little dirty stuff here.
So far, they've made 3. Plans to have close to 70 by year's end, and then sell them in stores. For 33 years, there's been a steady hum inside these prison walls. Sound of men learning life skills, one stitch at a time. The same hands that once caused harm are now trying to make something good, and maybe find a way to make things right. Devin Haskins, KGW News.
You know, that banner running at the bottom of that story the entire time that said the tailors and luthiers of Prison Blues, I'm thinking, what is a luthier? Did you know? I never heard that term before.
I have not either.
So I looked it up.
You looked it up?
I looked it up. A luthier is a skilled craftsperson who specializes in making, repairing, and restoring stringed musical instruments. So that speaks to the guitar making that they're doing there.
All right.
Luthier.
Yeah, the luthier. Learn something on the Sunrise Show.
Did you ever take home ec in high school and you're thinking you were going to get an A, either of you?
Yeah.
So I took home ec and I got a C. It was very disappointing. And I got a C. Well, a big part of the class was using a sewing machine. And for whatever reason, my fingers and the sewing machine did not get along and I couldn't do it. And it gave me a flippin' C in the class.
It wasn't that you didn't do a homework assignment, you didn't show up to class, you literally couldn't sew.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. How did you do on the cooking?
I'm okay at cooking, yeah.
How did you do on the eating?
Oh, very good.
There we go.
How come they don't have an eating class in school? See, that'd be no, it would probably be a healthy eating class. Scratch that. Okay, here's a look at well, another story we've been calling. Drew, what's the name again? The steam.
It's the Great Oregon Steam Up.
The Great Oregon Steam Up. That's happening today.
Tomorrow and Sunday.
Tomorrow and
7 a.m. to 6 p.m. AntiquePowerland.com for more info.
We've been talking about that. Eric Patterson's been down there live all morning. And again, Brooks, small town. You may not be familiar exactly where it is on the map. It's just between Woodburn and Salem, right off I-5, so that's easy to get to. All right, hopefully we'll have that. Do we have that live shot anymore this morning, too? We do. Live shot's coming up. Okay. We have clear skies in Oregon and Washington across much of the state. We do have marine clouds this morning along the coast. We have clouds up in parts of southwest Washington and from downtown Portland off to the east. You can see a little brightness over the West Hills. It's actually clear out toward Hillsborough, and it's clear down in Salem this morning as well. Good morning, Marion County. 57 is your number. If you have valley clouds where you are, they will be gone well before noon. I think probably in the 10 o'clock hour, we'll start to see them get out of here. The clouds at the coast did clear yesterday. Models say Astoria maybe clears, maybe doesn't. We'll see. Right now, overcast and 56. Clear skies over in Bend, 64. Beautiful morning over in eastern Oregon as well. Baker City's coming in at 58. Here's Futurecast showing the low clouds, including some spilling down into Portland. Mostly these clouds break, at least partially, along the coast and get out. Here's, for a second day, the scattered showers storm threat down across far southern portions of our state and kind of nipping towards southeastern Oregon over toward Boise. Most of us would just stay dry, clearly. That's the only rain chance in our entire region today. So our forecast numbers, morning clouds, afternoon sun, maybe where you are. Yesterday, again, the coast did clear. We'll see. 60-degree temperatures expected once again. Northwest winds is 5 to 15. Valley numbers, everybody cools down. Salem, your high at McNary Field yesterday was 87. Today, 83. You'll notice that. Really comfortable. That means most of the day is going to be in the 70s, right? 82 down in Corvallis. Good morning, Beavers. Here's a look at our Central Oregon forecast. If you headed over on this Friday for a nice weekend, still warm. Madras 90, Bend close. Sun River 85. Northwest breezes notable this afternoon, 10 to 25 miles per hour. Also we'll have notable west winds in the gorge today, gusting to maybe 30, as much as 35. In Portland, though, it's mainly light winds. The sun's coming later this morning, 80 the high. Tomorrow morning clouds will be solid, we think, up and down the I-5 corridor in the valley. Afternoon sun, cool down continues, 76, really comfy. 80 on Sunday. 90 on Tuesday, and we'll see if this holds together. Rain chance next Wednesday night into Thursday. Here's Chris.
Looking good for the weekend, Rod. Thank you for that. All right, let's get you out the door. We'll pick it up on the west side. Traffic getting a little bit busier. We've also probably got some sunshine slowdowns, as in the sun is right in the driver's eye as you come eastbound from 217 up towards Sylvan. Right now our speed sensor is indicating about 24 miles an hour there. There's the live look right now at the Sylvan Hill. Down to the south, I-5 northbound through the Nyberg area, through Bridgeport Village and whatnot. Actually, the drive's looking better now than it did 15 minutes ago. It looks like things are starting to speed up on that side of town. Quick look at the drive times, 18 minutes, your inbound Sunset to get you in from Hillsborough. Hey, a reminder, the Broadway Bridge closed this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. And 217, a full closure for 8 hours overnight on Saturday from midnight to 8. That's from Greenberg Road to 99W. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're continuing to follow breaking news in New Mexico. The University of New Mexico in Albuquerque is under a shelter in place after one person was killed and another hurt in a shooting. We're hearing it happened at a student housing complex. Police say the suspect is still at large and may still be on the UNM campus. We'll continue to track this story and bring you updates live as they come in. Your time now is 7:55. We're going to talk about the Portland fire right now because it seems the franchise's popularity has grown since it officially announced its name last week. The team says it's now received more than 12,000 season tickets deposits for its inaugural season next year. For some perspective, they hit 10,000 deposits before their launch party. That means they got 2,500 new deposits in just 1 week. KGW's Stephanie Domerat spoke to the team president about their success so far.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it's ahead of where any other, there's only been one other expansion team, which was the Valkyries last year, and we're ahead of where they are. Not that we're competitive or anything, but I think it just speaks to the strength and the power, particularly women's sports in general in Portland. This is all.
For more on this, check out the full episode of Straight Talk tomorrow and Sunday at 6:30 or Monday evening at 7. You can also watch it anytime on our free TV app, KGW+. And if you want to put in a deposit for season tickets, you still got time. Just head to WNBA.com/Portland.
We've been having a lot of fun this morning previewing the 55th annual Great Oregon Steam Up out at Powerland Heritage Park in Brooks. It's really a step back in time, a look at how things used to run and used to operate, including these old school washing machines from the 1920s. One of them powered by hand, obviously manually powered. The other one is powered by steam, a steam-powered washing machine, and that's Eric Patterson throwing in his clothes into the washing machine. Hey, 8 o'clock hour of sunrise is coming up. It's 3 minutes away.